welcome back to Vampyr. I'll figure out where he is.
It's locked, all right.
Can't do much about that at the moment.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Okay, that's him taken care of. That is everybody but Thatcher. Where did he get to? For Tibbets. Not there. I wonder if he's one of these. Or he could be one of those. I'm not going to worry about that for the moment. Of course, I don't know where the other guy is offhand. Suppose I'll have to go wander in the area and try to find him.
You always knew the words to calm.
But let's actually continue on with the current quest I have here. I'll check out Swansea while she's doing a comment.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, Swansea said something, but I didn't think that's close enough for him to be heard. He usually stays in his office. What's first? Maybe he's yelling. Now let's take care of that first. Yelling about something. But they'll be there by the time I'm done with this. Okay, so what do I need? Something like that. Another missing ingredients. Bring 1 unit of... Am I missing? Oops, I missed those ingredients. Let's check my bag here. See if that's there. There's and yeah, I'm just missing the one. Or am I missing any? Got that. There's Tardate and okay. Got that. That. Looks like I got them all. Is this it? Ah, this is it.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
I will deal with that. I'm going to touch this once. There's a door over here. Yep. Grab the supplies before I forget them. And let's go see Swansea.
You've embraced the path of a war.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
They could possibly attack. Whether I could protect them or not is another matter.
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Yeah, I need to head for the docks at some point anyways. That's...
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
But where is... No, before I get too far into the docks, there's also something else that needs to be done. Her body is in the morgue, so I can check that out.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
The pain.
You know, I will.
How long must I wait, damn Blaming me.
Ethics is one thing,
How long's it going to take
stupidity
to
another.
A month? A year? You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Can you tell me anything about the recent commotion in the hospital?
I'm sure it was not your fault, Dr. Reed.
My fault? What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I heard it was you who brought the murderer inside our walls. But you couldn't know, could you?
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
He is healthy, so
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
where's your cabinet?
I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
In the doctor's office.
Good evening, sir.
Where would that be? In here? No.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
This hospital seems to be
I seem to
falling
be going in
apart.
circles, so I'm assuming that's
But in
going to be upstairs.
circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
This looks like Dr. Reed, that's my office. So where?
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Wrong key.
It's locked.
He gave me key. Where is it? Here.
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked, all right.
Yeah, more stuff to possibly get out later. Okay, so what quest do I have? Need to figure out where he's at. And I might be able to get this whole area back up to stable. quests are done. So where are you? He's actually on the other side here. Oh, that's gonna be locked. That's locked. Anybody out here? Choice. Hold letter. This way. It's gonna be this first one. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai? Nikolai's are dead. Let's cut back through here and have a talk with Mr. Hooks.
As for me,
That's the wrong door.
another night of the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
And more determination.
I know I can.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
What can you tell me about the recent commotion in the hospital?
Someone killed Miss Jones in her room, and Mr. Hampton's gone missing. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together.
You don't seem shocked by any of this.
Why should I be? Whoever did this must be long gone by now. And besides, he got rid of the old bag.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today, people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow, we may be fighting for food.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Goodbye, Milton.
Where are you? You better not be back down the sewers. Ah, here he is. Looks like...
It's locked, all right.
Why can I not get in there? Is there another way in?
Is this supposed to be us?
There isn't another way in. You know what triggered having these guys lock themselves in? Where are you going?
Will you relax? There's nobody here. I'm supposed to be the paranoid one, you know?
Something's going on with him.
I know.
Yeah, something's going on with those two. I'm not sure what though. Is there a... There we are.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Oh, come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
You know, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best. Fuck the wall, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the wall. Fuck them all.
Yeah. Interesting. No, it was him that was great. Okay.
Hello again, Mr. Thatcher. Do you feel any better now?
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and reek of piss, but to me it smells like the purest mountain air.
Do you need medical attention?
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm grateful for what you've done, but I've never felt comfortable with doctors.
I'm certain you have your reasons. But let me assure you, I'm not like other doctors you may have consulted with.
It is true. You risked your life to save me, after all. It would be impolite to refuse your counsel.
I'm actually gonna pause the recording for a moment. Still got the GPU thing on there, but hopefully it'll be okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself. Good evening.
Talking with him.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
There we go.
Tell me about your true feelings for Newton.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. I can't imagine life without him.
Why should you be ashamed?
I'm not, I said. But Newton sees it differently.
I admire your honesty. it takes courage to stand up to society. The world needs people like you to create change.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches, looking death in the face every day. I speak plain. I speak my mind.
Have you always been this straightforward?
All I know is, before you saved me by the sewer, my only regret was I wouldn't be able to hold or kiss Newton again. I love him, that's all.
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
That would be the obvious one.
As a soldier, you're expected to kill the enemy to survive. Guilt is a powerful emotion and could lead to feelings of suffocation and oppression.
My God, you're so wrong. Believe me, I would kill if it happened again. Violence is part of who I am.
Yeah, I'm betting he was buried. But I feel that one, so...
Do you want to talk about why you have this fear of being enclosed, Mr. Thatcher?
No, I really don't.
An irrational fear like yours is usually rooted in a specific event. Perhaps it would help to talk about it.
Well, Doctor, take a guess then, if you're so interested in my case.
As a soldier, you're expected to kill the enemy to survive. Guilt is a powerful emotion and could lead to feelings of suffocation and oppression.
My God, you're so wrong. Believe me, I would kill if it happened again. Violence is part of who I am.
Nope. What choice made is made. Okay.
Mr. Thatcher, do you have a job?
No. Since I came back from the war, I spent most of my time and energy just trying to forget.
I understand what you mean. I was a soldier too.
No. Nobody can truly understand what I've gone through.
Why were you locked in that sewer? What happened?
I went by the canal after an argument with a friend. Got chased by these fucking wankers and had to barricade myself in, despite my claustrophobia.
Tell me about your claustrophobia. Has anyone given you an official diagnosis?
That's what the bloody doctor said. But I don't want to go to a hospital to get checked again. I'll deal with it my own way.
Why did you run? What was the reason for your argument?
Newton wanted me to go to a hospital. I can't stand being closed in. Makes me feel like I'm suffocating.
Oswald, why did you not go to the Pembroke Hospital to seek medical help?
I don't trust doctors. All they care about was their careers and processes. I won't be locked in any room again by anyone.
Your fear of being trapped is not going to go away by itself. You need professional help.
I've seen enough butchers in white coats to last a lifetime. Hospitals reek of chemicals and death. What I need is fresh air.
Goodbye, Mr. Thatcher. Try to take care of yourself.
And he is probably up here.
Hello again, Mr. Blight.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. You doing your rounds as usual?
He's fine.
How do you feel about Oswald Thatcher? You are more than friends, aren't you?
I love him. I love Oswald. We knew we wouldn't survive the war without each other. But I am terrified, Doctor.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out? Oswald says I'm ashamed, but it ain't that. It's more, well, you know, never thought I'd love a man.
I won't say a word, Mr. Blight. Your secret is safe with me.
I fought for my country and I survived. I saw my comrades die. And now society tells me I'm a criminal for who I love. It makes me so angry.
That was all his hints. That one is going to stay
Goodbye,
locked.
Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
So we failed that one. The last one's probably going to stay locked. Know what you can do about that? Should probably go to the morgue, which is on the other side here, right? Yeah.
We may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in the world.
On every street corner. Davy Root.
Door over here. I think.
Come now, we can handle this.
Is this the morgue? No. No, the wrong door. That was locked. You need to be running around the whole building in order to try and figure out where I'm going here. At least the morgue's stable. Where would they have stuck her body? This is no hint or anything from the quest. Take a look around quick. I bet she's downstairs, but there's always a possibility she's somewhere else in the building. It's still a den of vampires. Nice. You'd think with a bit of a safe room down here, once you clear it, it'll be cleared. Not much you can do about it.
It's locked.
Somebody around here? He's hit. Yeah, she's anywhere. She's probably upstairs. Anything else around here? Quick head up. There's a possibility that I can't get into the room. Two up here. Yeah, I could probably safely leave this place. Can't get into that door. Can't remember if I could get into anywhere upstairs or not. If they dropped her body, oh! Let's up here around there. If they dropped her body in here, then I don't know where it is. At least I managed to get some supplies. Nothing on them. So, time to leave. I did get everybody around here, right? Yes. So that should put the district back to healthy after I rest. Well, it is Hampton. He's a pillar. This could be an issue after that. down there. Okay. And not sure where he is on the docks. Okay, I'll probably recognize the area when I get down there and be able to find the bar again, but I don't know. Actually going through... Oh, what's that? Hideout. There's some event here. It is not... What is this? Whatever it is not letting me get it. This is Lady Ashbury. Okay. So I guess I will circle back around and talk to her. Can we get back in through this? No. What's this room? Interesting. Let's go talk to Lady Ashbury then. Let's go around this way. I don't think there's gonna be anything else. Is going to be maybe here? Yep, there she is. Oh, maybe that's where.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
That's just poor humor.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Have you embraced this woman? Like the other patient, this Mr. Renfield?
Her name was Amelia. And no, I did not kill her. I vowed a very long time ago that I would never take another life, unless they ask.
Is there sufficient vitality in the blood of the sick and dying patients?
Yes, Jonathan. The hunger gnaws at me every waking hour. Frankly, I'm starving.
Temptation surrounds us. Rich, vital. How can you resist?
Over the years, any pleasure I once gleaned from feeding is long gone. I drink for sustenance. And though I still thirst for more, I restrain myself.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Oh. The question ends up being, is he a skull now? Or not?
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Well, there is a safe house nearby to hit the docks. Try to avoid the hunters, but I don't think that's going to be a easy thing. Hit out right near where I'm going. If I keep following this road, I'll be able to get there. Right across here, assuming that gate is open. What's this? Looks like at least a couple. Let's take them out. Mistake. More if I manage to bite him, but okay. So now I need to go back up there Assuming I can get past that. Not sure if that's a wall or not. Looks like he'd be back at the pub so I can give the guy the medicine. Yep, just the gate. Okay. Now, in this case, I'm going to... Where is it? There. I don't think I need a refill. Let's make one of those. I can make one of those now. That's good. I think I'm going to level up and deal with the docks in the next episode. Let's see, what can I get here? These would be good, but I don't know. Actually, this maybe? What do we got? Recovery. Where's that explosion? First, let's do this. Don't have enough for that. So, damage. Not gonna worry about the syringes. Increase my stamina. Yeah, that's gonna be 600 as well. I do not have enough. No, I think I'm gonna keep it. Okay, that remains stable. Might have dropped a little bit. Okay, then we're back up to healthy. He has a cold, and she has a cold. So let's make 2 bits of cold medicine. That's improving, but I need to get rid of her, which may get back up a lot more. Yeah, so no idea on this one. It does not seem to have changed. Though that could either go up or seriously drop by the time I go through and check all these guys. He is unchanged. So, thank you for watching, and I will pick up in the docks in the next one.